Hi Taurus, welcome to your reading for the week starting the 25th of May 2025. Well, the energy around this reading is of the Queen of Cups. So this may be a woman who is in your life now. It could be a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancerian woman. But it's also reflecting the energy around you pertaining to you. So it's about you being, you may be feeling more emotional, but it's also about your emotions and about connecting with your emotions, connecting with your subconscious mind or your subconscious, what you truly want, your intuition, your creativity. So all of these, or some of them, may be themes in your life at the moment. But let's have a closer look and see what else is coming up. You are being faced with choice, and they're saying to be like a child, to make the choices like a child, like the Queen of Cups. What feels good, what doesn't feel good, and take that step. The first step of a journey. And they're saying that the karmic wheel of your life is turning to relationships and close relationships and relationships of positivity and new beginnings and hope. It's a time of releasing any relationships where you feel like you are being told what to do or someone has power over you, and going more into self-love. The Tower and the Lovers in some ways are the opposite of each other as far as your self-belief goes. The Tower is lack of confidence and self-esteem. The Lovers is self-love. So the key to self-love here is meditation, going into that space of, your higher self and what you're here for. So really, they're talking here about what is your passion. You might be feeling like breaking free and bringing some things from the past back in. So that is extremely positive. Home is coming up as important here, and home and commitment and love and freedom, the combination. This is family and family celebrations and get-togethers and possibly being in nature. And it's also about working out what you want to bring in. Temperance is being patient, building on thoughts of opportunities that you want to bring in and going through, possibly making changes to do with how you've thought about this in the past. So moving away from old outmoded patterns of behavior or it's moving away from the early part of your life, your childhood, education, early relationships, and connecting more with your higher self and what you're here for. And it's not, family looks extremely positive if you do this as well. It's not like you have to break away from your family or anything. It's just you're marching more to the beat of your own drum. You may be thinking about walking away from certain things and taking your knowledge and building something greater. And it does seem to be to do with the things that you want to do for your work and career. So even if you're just thinking about what you want for the future, this is the line of thought. And they're saying you might be thinking about how you want your work to look into the future. And this is the long-term work situation. You may feel, whenever we start something new, often fear comes up and we have to clear the fear. So there was a book around, I think in the 90s, called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. It's that sort of energy, and do everything you can to clear that fear. And it's also fear around juggling situations, or fear around, this can be fear of success too. So we have fear of all sorts of things that are in our subconscious belief system that need to be cleared. And there's various ways of doing it. I'm always talking about that. But, there's various meditations to do, or rapid eye technology, tapping. Brad Yates is great. He's on YouTube, and he's got over 1,000 videos on all different topics. And so, emotional freedom technique, tapping, Brad Yates. If you just want to try something new, or maybe you already do it. This is really good for health and also for reaching groups of people. The Knight of Pentacles talks about groups or communication and meetings, and strength is to do with the public as well. But also this is health. Strength is also health. So it's about putting a plan into place. They're saying the world is your oyster. What do you want to create? Sometimes this is travel. It can be Africa or India, often comes up. But really, it's about what does your higher self want to do? And it's about overcoming the lower self, overcoming the fear. And you do have success to do with this. So that's extremely positive. This is the line of karma, and there's no time around the line of karma. So these might be some of the challenges that you've overcome already in your lifetime. You can't, this is work, it's learning a trade or a skill, but also it can indicate that something's become boring and you might want to move on and move into things that you're more passionate about, and that could happen quite quickly. Swords are always thought, so this is feeling unsupported or alone, or also feeling like you can't achieve what you want. The Eight of Swords is, she's bound and she's blindfolded, but really the swords are a creation of her own thought. If she just took if took the thoughts away, she'd be able to achieve her highest potential. And it's about achieving your highest potential. It seems to be through some sort of new thing, new opportunity, something you love, something you feel that you can step into your own power in. And not fighting wars within yourself that don't exist. It is also about having boundaries, not allowing people to take all your time up, or tell you what to do, or, it can also be competition, those negative emotions. It's about clearing all of that. So the Emperor is a card of Aries, and it's the card of leadership. You do have leadership here, but it's about stepping into that power, stepping into your belief in yourself so that you can create that. And self-love is the key. So let's have a little look at some of this in greater detail. Well, financially, things are very good into the future, and this is based on, again, choice, the Fool. The Fool is choice, but it's a choice to do with what feels right for you. And the Two of Swords is about choice. Again, she's blindfolded and she's trying to make a decision, but there's all sorts of interesting islands and things behind her that she can turn around and move towards. It's about not limiting yourself, and sometimes we do have to take that leap of faith, but it is using your intuition. It is using that inner knowledge. It's also listening to your own truth, your truth and honesty and integrity to yourself, not, really being honest with yourself, and the opportunities will be there. If you know you're good at something, don't put yourself down. So this is about eliminating negative self-talk. And there's a golden opportunity in front of you that may be coming back in from the past. It might be something you've thought of in the past, or it might be something that Someone offers you from the past, but it is a golden opportunity. And this could also be friends coming in from the past. But right at the moment, this is the near future. Right at the moment, it's necessary for you to have balance in your life. And you may need to say, I need to have a regime of health or time to myself, or, it's about what is right for you, your truth. And not having people around you who create drama or who confuse your thinking or who you think you should do things for or what they want. Um, this is all about, again, stepping into your own power and away from situations that take you out of that. Um, that might have been something that comes from childhood, where you felt there was, not for all of you, but for some of you, there may have been chaos around you when you were a child, or, negativity or a difficult childhood in some way. So it's time to overcome that. Otherwise, our thoughts just keep going round and round in circles. We have these endless thought patterns that just keep going. um, this is a true friend. There's true friendships here. Don't worry about money. This is the card of the Ten of Pentacles means financial security, and being Taurus, being an earth sign, all earth signs need to feel financially secure to feel emotionally secure, and there is financial security here. So don't be afraid to start something new if it feels right. And again, what is your path? It's there's an opportunity that you think of, but you're in two minds about, or it may not quite be the right time. But they're saying, what will make you happy now? Um, the world is about being in the moment. It could also be travel. You might be planning a trip overseas, and this would be going and coming back again. It's not a big move overseas. It's coming and going. Um, and again, some sort of success financially. You could have some sort of international audience or international connection with a group. And I've been part of a couple of groups that are in a different country to the one I'm in, and long-term groups, meditation groups and groups to do with all the Akashic records and things like that. We can have really strong connections with people and be in totally different places. So it's a different world than what it was before. So this is celebration to do with, again, both these cards are about financial security. That seems to be a big theme coming up here, and travel, again, short trips away. Possibly there's a pause around it, could be about 4 months, but it's a wish or a hope or a dream. It's an act of self-love. It's somewhere beautiful that you love. And I'd bring this in. More travel. Um, this is sort of travel restrictions, but that's to do with the past. This is the past situations, or past situations coming back in. It doesn't look like it's going to affect you, because this is the near future. Um, Possibly they could try, here in Australia we had lockdowns and couldn't leave states or the country or come in. I'm not really seeing that happen again. I don't know that, they might try, but I don't think so. This is more to do with the past. So, yeah, coming and going looks absolutely fine as far as travel goes. This could be love. So, yeah. Um, they're showing a walking away of a past, committed relationship. And I mean, that can be for various reasons, but this is showing someone coming in, and maybe you're not sure, maybe they're not sure, but it seems to develop into a very positive long term relationship. This person thinks very highly of you. There's a lot of love here. You become like family and live together. Whether you marry or not, the card of marriage hasn't come up here, but this looks like it's very joyful, a strong physical attraction, um, really lovely. They may have some sort of something they need to overcome. This can be addiction, so they might drink a lot or need to overcome some sort of negativity or feel free to be in the relationship. We'll have a little bit closer look at that. So I don't know if it's you or them, but it's this grieving process to do with a relationship. So the timing may not quite be right. Um, you may still be getting over a past relationship, or they may still be getting over a past relationship, but you may revisit it into the future. But this is definitely a love situation. You do have to choose wisely, though. If someone has some sort of negative, this could even be an addiction to a negative way of thinking. I feel like you've got more than one person that you have a choice to do with. And so it's important for you to choose the right person. This relationship there'd be a lot of respect and a love of home, but it's also very positive. And then this would be a relationship of regret if someone has these addictive problems. So just looking at that. Also, they could, they're saying there could, this is not for everyone, obviously, and this is if you're looking for love or if you're in that state. But here they're talking about this new idea or this new seed that you're planting could grow into a change to do with your career. And it may not be starting right yet, but the opportunities will come in quite suddenly when they do come in, and then they could be quite long term. So you may be working towards this, having ideas, having epiphanies almost around work situations. And part of this is saying, you're thinking about the future and how you want that to look, but you're thinking of too many things. Your thoughts are being scattered. You're scattering your thoughts, one thing 1 minute, something else the next. So bring it back to now. What will make you happy now? What can you start now? I mean, this is in the near future rather than the long-term future, but they're saying, start having a plan within the next 3 weeks or 3 months or 3 days. They are reminding you that when we fight wars within ourselves that don't exist, it's we go into that panic, almost hallucinogenic state. It's really not beneficial. Finding peace and contentment and happiness, however you possibly can. It does take a lot of inner work sometimes when you've been through a lot, but doing inner work every day, meditating every day, walking in nature, grounding, standing barefoot on the ground and in the sun so that you can, take in the sun codes, solar codes. All of this will help. And it's an ongoing thing, it's a lifetime process. So let's have a look at some other things. These are really rather good for love, so that's interesting. I think you're the only sign so far that I've looked at that has these amazing love cards, but it is definitely about choice and making the right choice. We'll have a look here with these and see what they're talking about. Yeah, this is about the grief that to do with the ending of a relationship. You may have been through it already, but some of you are obviously still going through grief to do with an ending of a relationship. Autumn, harvest, change, endings. Change is inevitable and endings lead to beginnings, which is really what they're saying here, you know. It's about releasing and letting go of an old relationship and moving into a new, very positive one. The card of the starseed has come up here, and they're saying, you know, this is the card of the starseed. Some people just have, they're just here to raise the vibration of the planet just by being. But this is saying that you have a new beginning to do with a new opportunity that is more around a work situation. So starseeds are often here to heal, teach, advise, lead. So we'll look at the starseed cards and see what they say about that. Wait, it's not time yet. Things are being woven. So yes, plant the seeds. Let your imagination run wild. Think of, just allow your heart to sing. Think of the things that you would really love, the lifestyle you would like, where you'd like to live, how you would like that to look, what sort of work you'd like to do, and allow it to percolate. The universe will answer your wish or hope or dream, but work towards it with, you know, positive thoughts, affirmations, visualization, clearing out old negative patterns and programs, allowing the new in, and it will come. And we will look at what the affirmations you should say possibly to bring this in. Oh, this is sort of what I said before. All that is benefiting from my existence. So, you know, I said some starseeds are just here to create positive energy around them and they help everyone they come in contact with. That's what it's about. I mean, I went to the shop yesterday, to a small shop, and the woman who served me was just so lovely. She was like an angel. And service isn't really a big thing in Australia, but she was incredible. And I told her just how wonderful she was. And she said, I'm just being myself. I think she's one of those starseeds. She may do other things as well, but yeah. So no matter what has caused your unique point of view to come about, it has come about. You do exist, you are thinking, you are perceiving, you are asking, and you are being answered. And all that is benefiting from your existence and from your point of view. So both of these cards, you know, I do think you have new beginnings, and I think it could be working from home. This is working from home and doing very well, but it's combining it with the higher vibration of unconditional love. So connecting with your higher self, with your purpose, and again being true to yourself. What am I good at? Being honest, you know, and not beating yourself up and thinking you're not good enough. Um, so I think that there's some really good stuff coming up. At the moment, it does seem to be around love. um, October. I don't know if that's the love thing or something happens. You could move in together in October, or there's some sort of change in October, is what they're saying. Maybe the love starts, or yeah. Be careful, do not take risks. That's again to do with the timing. It's not a time just to, you know, throw yourself into something that's only half baked. It's a time to plan and think and imagine and fill a dream full of joy. If you go in half baked, then things don't happen. So it needs careful planning. That's all they're talking about there. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. I think the energy for you, Taurus, is around love just at the moment. So how joyful and beautiful. Well, thanks for being here, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.